Thank you. Chairman Thune, Ranking Member Nelson, thank you for the opportunity to testify before the committee this morning. My name is Venky Ganesan, and I serve as one of the managing partners of Menlo Ventures. We are one of the oldest and most successful venture capital firms in Silicon Valley. We have been fortunate to be early investors in many iconic companies, including Gilead Sciences, Siri, and Uber. In the cybersecurity space, we were the lead investors in Q1 Labs, which is now a major part of IBM Security, and Ironport, which is a critical part of Cisco Security. I was one of the lead investors and on the board of Palo Alto Networks, which today has a market capitalization of over $10 billion. I'm testifying today in my capacity as chair of the National Venture Capital Association. To understand the role young, high-growth startups play in emerging cybersecurity technology, it is important first to understand the role of venture capital in American entrepreneurship. Venture capitalists like myself invest in early-stage companies with big potential and work shoulder to shoulder with entrepreneurs to build a company. If you think of a baseball team, the venture capitalist is a coach or manager, and the entrepreneurs are the players on the field. We are all working together to deliver value to the American public. American entrepreneurship is the envy of the world, in significant part because of the right blend of public policy priorities, such as the tax code that rewards long-term patient investment of capital, and federal investment into basic research, which often forms the building blocks for new companies or industries. Cybersecurity innovation and venture capital have been intertwined right from the beginning, as almost all of the major independent cybersecurity companies in the public market were funded by venture capitalists. I have great respect for all the companies and panelists here, but I'll tell you, most of the innovation in cybersecurity today happens at the early stage with startups. Venture investors have deployed almost $50 billion in more than 740 cybersecurity companies since 2010. These companies are pushing the outer boundaries of what is possible in cybersecurity via the advent of many exciting new technologies that present incredible opportunities, but also many challenges. For example, artificial intelligence continues to be an area of considerable excitement among venture capital investors. It is undeniable we have made significant progress in AI, even if a general-purpose AI solution is not estimated to be available until 2045 or beyond. I encourage the committee to think of AI applications not as man versus machine, but rather as man plus machine. One of the biggest challenges in cybersecurity today is the avalanche of security alerts every enterprise gets. There's simply not enough security professionals in the world to resolve all of them. AI is a potential solution for this problem because it can automate some mundane activities, thus freeing the experienced security professionals to focus the energies on the high-value alerts. In my written testimony, I discuss other new cybersecurity technologies such as blockchain, the Internet of Things, and quantum computing that offer further opportunities and risk. I believe this committee can help spur cybersecurity innovation and protect Americans from future threats with policy action in a few areas, and I have a few recommendations. First, we must modernize our procurement systems so our government has access to world-class cybersecurity technology, much of which comes from startups. The unfortunate reality is our procurement practices act as a deterrent to many startups. If you look at the cybersecurity threats we face today, a lot of them were technologies that were created after 2014. So you need modern software technologies, and our procurement practices do not allow you to have access to that. Second, the government can drive market solutions by establishing best practices. I commend Chairman Thune's efforts on the NIST framework and recommend NIST develop a way to update the framework periodically and establish test guidelines that all security products can be objectively compared against. Third, we need a better legal framework that allows data sharing so that companies can team up against external threats, learn from each other, and benefit from each other's solution. Fourth, we should create a generation of cyber warriors, as attempts to weaponize technology will not recede in our lifetime. We have countries like Israel, China, Russia, who all create a generation of cyber warriors that we got to compete against. Our idea would be to set up a cyber academy where we can recruit, train, and develop the best young cyber talent in our country. Fifth, and finally, more must be done to facilitate cyber insurance to minimize existential risk, as the cost of breaches can be astronomical and beyond any single company's ability to handle. We need a market-based system to allow us to get feedback, and cyber insurance is a market-based system to do that. To conclude, the cybersecurity challenges we face are daunting, but I'm an optimist. For 241 years, it has never made sense to bet against America, and that's not going to change. My personal investing experience gives me great confidence that there are many amazing companies out there who have needed solutions to our cybersecurity challenges. This committee can support those dynamic young companies by enacting pro-entrepreneurship policies that will facilitate creation of a new wave of cybersecurity innovation. I look forward to your questions.
How do you believe the investment into the Internet of Things has been deterred because of those security concerns, and what can the private sector do to make sure that we ensure that the investment that we're seeing in the Internet of Things is going to continue?
Excellent question, Senator Fisher, and I agree with you that making sure that we have a secure infrastructure, a secure framework for IoT is going to be critical for adoption. I mean, one of the market-based approaches we have taken at Menlo is we have funded a company called BitSight that does security ratings. And one of the things that BitSight does is actually, like Moody's and Standard & Poor's, it gives you a security score at a company level and at an individual product level so that people can get a sense. I like market-based approaches like that where people can have a feedback loop where you can get a score, you can improve it, and consumers have visibility to that so that they can decide whether they want to work with a certain company or not, or they want to work with certain products or not.